right, no lights, no camera, action. Welcome to the Thots podcast. Welcome back to episode 1. We're here with Zach and Blake. We're going to talk about thoughts.
I did not approve of this intro.
I know, I kind of took the helm on it, but whatever. All right, Downsizing, Blake, what do you think about it?
Okay. So there's been a movie out recently called Downsizing. If you haven't heard of it, it has Matt Damon.
And some Asian lady.
Yeah. Not racially sensitive, but yeah, so let's get right into it, Zach. Deep dive into Downsizing.
Yeah, basically, they were just basically one, like the Asian person was just like 1 second away from saying "me love you" long time. Yeah, I think in that movie.
Well, let's talk about the story before we get into details, Zach. So what's Downsizing about?
They mentioned Spokane.
They did. I forgot about that.
Matt Damon works for Omaha Steaks. They're not sponsoring this podcast, but maybe down the line. And then he wants to get small
too ahead of yourself.
because the world is running out of supplies and there's too many people, and so they want to get small so they can be rich, basically.
Yeah, so basically a person living in their basement like us, if we would downsize, we'd have mansions and cars and a bunch of small women. Because
it's like it's like instead of inflation on the money, it's deflation. So if I had like $10,000, it's like $1 million.
Yeah, it's basically just a movie about Matt Damon living in his dollhouse. So the movie's supposed to take place in this small little world where everybody's small. Put that on the box. But basically halfway through the movie, not even halfway, like a fourth through the movie, they just stop talking about how they're small. It's basically just a regular movie.
And what was this movie, like, what, 2.5 hours? It seemed like 5.
Yeah, it was way too long. It should have been a short clip before the movie.
I felt like I lived an entire lifetime through the watching of that movie. I felt like I just went in Saturday and came out Sunday, and I was like, I don't want to see that ever again.
Yeah, we saw it pretty late at night, so it was probably past midnight by the time we got out of there, after thinking about it in the theater while they cleaned up.
So what was it like after like an hour and a half, like halfway through the movie or something? It's like a whole different movie to where they're like living in the slums, but like everyone's small.
Yeah, for some reason there's slums in the Downsizing world. I don't know how these people got small why they're living in slums.
Yeah, so it's like they got small, but all your money is multiplied by like 10. So what, you had like $10 when you were big?
Yeah.
I was like, how does that even happen?
If it costs money to do the surgery, though, you'd think rich people would only be able to do it.
Oh yeah, and then like what, Kristen Wiig was advertised to be like a main character in the movie, and she's like in the movie for like 10 minutes.
There's a part where Kristen Wiig and Matt Damon are contemplating whether to get small, which is such a stupid concept. So they go through it, and Matt Damon gets fully small.
And bald.
Yeah, so basically to get small, you can't have hair, because apparently if you get small, the hair doesn't get small, so it just drowns you in your own hair. So they have to completely shave their bodies. So you get to see a completely nude Matt Damon lying on a medical bed.
Yeah, I'm assuming in that scenario the carpet does match the drapes.
Shut the fuck up. So basically Matt Damon gets completely small, and then his wife's not there, and he's like, "Where's my wife? Where's Kristen?" And then he calls Kristen, and she says, "I couldn't do it. Enjoy your life being a little bitch." And then we just never see Kristen Wiig again. She just betrays him like that and ruins his life. And that's about it.
Well, yeah, and then like what, he's like super depressed because he has like that big mansion. He's like, oh, well, now there's no one to share it with. Huh.
Yeah, and then they deliver the ring for some reason.
Wait, what do you... Oh, yeah, no, wait. So doesn't he get a divorce and then she takes half his money? So basically then he has to downsize again in a different way to like a smaller house. Because doesn't he get like an apartment after that? And he's like neighbors with like that really German guy who has parties all the time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, and that guy's like a really good actor who's been in like super dramatic roles in like a Glorious Bastards. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't.
I don't know.
But anyway,
I'm not looking it up.
No, I'm not either. But yeah, and then basically it was like the rich guy's cleaning lady is like the Asian lady.
Yeah, so Matt Damon gets drugged up at one of his parties because he's trying to have a good time, and then the next morning he meets a cleaning lady that has a limp in her leg, and Matt Damon knows how to make prosthetic feet, apparently.
Oh yeah, because he was a doctor before Omaha Steaks.
Yeah.
Or no, he was like training to be a doctor, and then like he didn't finish his degree, and so now he works at Omaha Steaks.
Yep. And so he meets this maid that has a limp in her foot, and this Taiwanese lady, and says, "Hey, I can help you with that." Yeah, hopefully. And says, "Hey, I can help you with this limp." And she says, "Oh, no, me need help." She talks in just the worst racially insensitive way that really I take offense to as a white male. And it was just...
I'm surprised there wasn't an uproar for this movie after it came out.
Well, I guess this is the tipping point.
This is the outrage. We're being outraged for you people.
Yeah.
You should appreciate that.
All you listeners out there. There's a couple.
All you listener.
Yeah.
So what? Then there was like that weird scene just like at the end of the movie where like he like tries to kiss her and then he's like rubbing her like nub.
Yeah. So basically, in the end, Matt Damon and the racially insensitive maid fuck, and then the maid in her accent says, "How you fuck me?" Because apparently there's 7 ways to fuck somebody. There's like love, hate.
She's like love fuck, hate fuck.
Yeah.
So and then she lists off like 5 other ones I don't remember because it was
really not fun to watch. But yeah.
And that accent was just so grating at the end of the movie. I wanted to like take my ears off and just like stomp them on the ground.
Yeah, This was the first movie that genuinely pissed me off because I had very high expectations for this movie and it was just awful. They went a completely different direction where I thought they were going. They advertised it as this happy little movie where people get small and oh, look at this great idea, and then they just talked about climate change and race.
Well, you know what I think happened? I think they probably ran out of CGI budget. And then like they're like, fuck, we're at a budget like halfway through the movie, and then like just make it a regular movie.
Small. Yeah, basically.
And so what? Like the small people cult that they're in think the world's gonna end, so they have like a bunker or something. Yeah. Did that world actually end? I don't even remember.
They don't show. So basically, Matt Damon finds a group of hippies that want to hide in this little cave that have their own food supply for the next. So basically, they're just gonna live there for like 1,000 years. And then after 1,000 years, they're going to come out and try to harvest the plant again because apparently it's all just going to go to shit. But small people will be able to live.
I don't know how they thought that was going to work after they come out of the cave.
So Matt Damon doesn't go in the cave. Spoiler, if anybody gives a fuck.
But then he comes back out.
Yeah, he doesn't go in the cave.
Yeah, I thought you said he does.
Oh, he does, but then comes out. Yeah. It's quite dramatic. But there's people in the cave. So basically they're saying that the world ends in Downsizing, and then the small people come out 1,000 years later after generations, and then they come out, and then apparently they just repopulate the planet, even though a freaking dog's piss could drown them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they wouldn't be able to survive in this planet
unless
small.
Like as they would just get bigger again through evolution. I don't know if that
they
would
would get bigger. There's no hope.
I guess we'll have to wait for a sequel. Downsizing to upgrading, upsizing.
Upsizing.
I don't know. I like Saving Private Ryan better. Not Matt Damon's finest work here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was in that movie. He was Ryan.
Oh. I never saw Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, you bitch.
I know. Fuck you, Matt Damon.
Too much blood, I guess, right?
Speaking of too much blood, Wonder Woman was quite the letdown.
What? I don't get that connection at all.
Periods.
Oh, ha!
So Wonder Woman was quite the letdown. My friend told me it was his favorite superhero movie of all time, and so I had that expectation going into the movie. And then it was just a DC movie, so it didn't really work out very well.
Well, yeah, I was seeing it it had like a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, oh, well, this movie must be good, and everyone was saying it was good, but I saw the trailers and I was like, I am not like excited. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not really like a big superhero fan in general.
See, I like Marvel movies. Like, I enjoy them. I'm not like a comic book loser.
Gee.
But, I mean,
even though like the most popular things in the world, yeah.
In the basement. But I mean, I don't know. I like Marvel movies, but DC movies I've never been a fan of. And then Wonder Woman.
I never even saw Justice League. I saw Suicide Squad and then Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I had a more fun time at Suicide Squad because it was like a bad, like so bad that it's good kind of thing.
Exactly. It was at least interesting. Like, it had color in the movie. Freaking Wonder Woman just was all black and white, pretty much. It was just so
I don't
dark.
know. Like, well, there was like areas like at the very, very beginning when they're in like that tropical island, like training.
Oh, yeah.
And that kid actor is like flexing for the camera.
Oh, gosh. That was...
Like, I'm going to be strong.
Yeah, women empowerment on the big screen. Great to watch.
Oh,
I don't know. This movie was a lot about just like, oh wow, a superhero, but as a woman. This has never been done before. This is revolutionary. I don't know what movies they're watching because, I mean, women.
No, it wasn't a bad movie though. It was just like
it wasn't bad. It was just It was okay. Nobody clapped at the end of it, but I mean.
Well, I mean, I haven't gone to a movie in a long time where people like applauded.
The Incredibles 2, everybody applauded, and I joined in. That is the first
That's
time.
a nostalgia trip, though. Wonder Woman was popular in like what the 70s, I think it was. Like it took place in the 40s, but like the show was during the 70s. But I mean, like it still stayed current in like the comic books and everything. The Incredibles 2 just kind of disappeared for like.
There's no comics for Incredibles 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They didn't have comics, so that. Basically, the characters just fully disappeared for 14 years. But like Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
they still had comics. They still had other ways to kind of like see the character in action. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So at the end of The Incredibles, everybody clapped. And usually when people clap, I just get disgusted and just want to leave the theater as fast as I can. But I looked around. I was with my friend Kyle. He's probably listening to this right now. Fuck you, Kyle. And so I was with my friend Kyle. And then, what is happening? Oh, is it recording now?
Yeah, I think it's recording again. Okay.
Okay, so jump cut. So at the end of Incredibles, everybody clapped.
And then you said, fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah, I looked over to my friend Kyle. Like I said, he's probably listening to this. Fuck you, Kyle. And then I looked around and we looked at each other. We gave him a quick look. I gave him a quick look and I joined in the clap. It was not my finest moment.
Oh,
but
so it was pure pressure.
I like the movie's really good though. I just don't like clapping for movies. They can't hear you.
No, well, I mean, it's just showing to everybody, like, yeah, I like this movie, you better like it too.
Yeah.
I should do that every time, like, an amusement ride stops at Silverwood. Just like, woo, woo, yeah.
I mean, I sometimes do that.
You do.
I don't remember.
Usually I'm too flustered. That ride just really takes it out of me.
Yeah, I hold my breath the whole ride of the roller coaster before I pass out.
That's what I do when I'm like lifting weights too. I just hold my breath and then just pass out, and that's how I know I got a good workout.
That's good.
Sure is, Blake. How about the Mariners?
Yeah. Not talking about the damn Mariners. We got other stuff to talk about. Today's Father's Day. It won't be when we release this, but while we're recording this, it is Father's Day.
Who knows? It might come out today.
Okay, it might be Father's Day right now. And if it is, I hope you're having a great day with your dads. That's all I'm going to say about Father's Day.
You interrupted me saying we got shit to talk about, and then you say it's Father's Day, and that's it.
It's a special announcement.
Everyone knows it is, though. Speaking of Father's Day, the Mariners wore Father's Day hats during the game.
Good for them. Father's Day is a great holiday that was created... Was Father's Day created in Spokane? It was something that was created in Spokane.
I think I know
we are
what
not
you're
from
talking
Spokane, by the way.
No, we're just saying that just because.
Yeah.
I think I do remember you or someone saying that. I don't know if it's fully true though.
I'm gonna fact check this. Keep talking, Zach.
All right, Father's Day. Have a good one. I guess you could call your grandfather too. You don't want to leave him out of the party. They get that generic grill dad going on Craigslist again. Get a generic dad to grill for you if you don't have a dad to say Happy Father's Day to. I don't know, whatever you want to do. And Blake, what's the verdict?
Good improv, Zach. So on Wikipedia, it says that Father's Day was first proposed by Sonora Dodd of Spokane, Washington in 1909. Almost 110 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, that is in the back. That was in the back of my memory. But yeah, we're not from Spokane, so don't even think about it.
Speaking of Spokane, Washington, Hoop Fest is just around the corner.
I feel like we're talking like a Spokane news show now. Yeah, let's get a weather update. That weather sure does feel like that temperature.
It was windy today.
Get your swimsuits. I don't know. Silverwood's opening soon. Again,
Is it not open yet?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay, it is open. I remembered. No one told me. Okay.
Yeah, no one invited you.
Never mind.
Oh yeah, I got some special news. We've been watching some great TV shows lately. Some reality TV shows.
Who's we?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Love After Lockup. That's a great show. You ever watch that, Blake?
No, I've not seen Love After Lockout.
Oh, it's basically just
Or
people.
Lockup.
People. What?
What is it?
What'd you say?
Is it Lockout or Lockup?
Oh, I think you said I lock up, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Go on.
Basically, just people have pen pals that are in jail, and they try to make it work, and it seems to never do.
I've always wanted a pen pal, Zach.
Yeah, you should go. There's websites out there you can go to.
Why? Well,
I feel like I checked it out just to see like what the layout of like the website was. You get like you feel like a creep on that website because it's just like all these pictures of women and they have like bios and stuff and like they talk about their dreams but they're in jail and stuff.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I picked that one.
it's gonna be her.
And that's gonna be my pet when they come out.
Well, in elementary school, they always told us about having pen pals and like writing to people.
I always
like,
thought that those were fake. Like the teacher just wrote back.
Whoa.
I feel like I had doubts, but I was like in second grade, so
Thanks
I didn't.
for breaking the news to me, Zach. I thought I was writing to.
This is a real news show now. I'm just breaking out all kinds of news. I'm not sure if that's an
What?
unconfirmed truth. Unconfirmed.
Can we go back and talk about movies?
Yeah, what do you got, Blake?
Well,
Love After Lockup, that's a fun show. And I guess I have another show that we've been watching, not we as in me and you, but we as in me and someone else.
You another boy. Welcome to the Lonely Boys podcast.
Yeah. Marriage at First Sight, where people get married without ever actually meeting the person or knowing their name. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a great show to watch some disaster happen, I'll tell you what.
Surprisingly not based out of Spokane, but...
Well, I mean, they just get people from like all over the country, I think.
Oh, where do they get married?
I don't know, at some church. I think they all got married at the same church, but I don't know where it was.
Interesting.
You're damn right it is.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Blake, what do you got? Or you're playing a lot of Fortnite lately, right?
Yeah, that's a good movie. I'm playing a lot of Fortnite.
Well, you didn't have any on deck, so I decided to chime in with something else.
So Fortnite's a fun game. If you haven't heard of it, it's about 100 people on an island, and they kill each other. So I'm getting pretty good at it, if I say so myself.
How many wins do you have, Blake?
I do not want to say it on the podcast. So, if you know me personally, you know how many wins I have. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So...
But you just don't want to say it on here. You wear it on your sleeve, but you don't want anyone to know.
Yes. So Fortnite is it's a game with 100 people and everybody kills each other. I'm getting pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Don't say something.
Yeah, let's go in circles again. Blake, how are you liking Fortnite?
So Downsizing is a movie.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
This is take 2 of part 1.
Let's talk about the name of our podcast. Deep Thots, but Thots. Where did that come from, Zach? Because you came up with it. I had a couple other ones that I thought.
I don't know. I just had something brewing. I just would basically just think of one and then just immediately text it to you. It just would come out of thin air.
We only talked about like 4 different ones. We got some pretty good. I'm gonna read off some of the ones that we were thinking of. So, the first one I said for our podcast. Let's see if I can look it up here. Oh, I said we should do the Potpourri podcast.
I don't know. I just didn't get it. I was like, Do a lot of people even know what potpourri means? Like,
Potpourri is a Jeopardy category where it could be about anything.
yeah, you played Spanish Jeopardy, right? In school?
Yeah.
Or German Jeopardy. I'm sure if you
Or
had
you
a
could
foreign
watch-
language, you played Jeopardy.
Or
with
you
some
could just watch
potpourri.
regular Jeopardy on TV. They have potpourri.
Really, I never watched Jeopardy, so I don't know. I guess I'm not an intellectual like you.
Yeah, I guess not. So the other one that we're talking about, Zach said we could call it the cuck cast. If you don't know what a cuck is, then
You probably are one.
good one, Zach. So
Thanks, Blake.
yeah, so I don't want to do that
Insert laugh
because
track.
yeah, everybody laugh. So the cuck cast, I don't think would have been good because
I don't know if YouTube would like that or Spotify would like that. I don't know how cuck
This
friendly they
podcast
are.
will hopefully be on Spotify. If it's not, then enjoy it on SoundCloud.
Or YouTube, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll put up a YouTube channel. We'll get that figured out.
If anyone's good at designing logos, well, I guess we'll have a logo by the time we put this up.
Well, I'll put
if you
in.
see
I'll
our
put
logo and think you can do better, then
No. Well, first off, they definitely will be able to do better. But secondly, I think I'll probably just have like some sort of placeholder thing, like just some random image that maybe I'll rotate out. But I feel like it would be kind of nice to have like a full logo. But I'm not great at like design, like Photoshop or anything. I don't have a lot of experience with
being
it. So.
creative.
No, well, it's like I'll know what I want to do, but like I just don't know how to make it work in the program, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not good with computers. We're
Yeah, I'm
recording
not
this on
good-
the same computer because I couldn't figure it out online.
Yeah, we couldn't how to. We tried to record on Skype, and I was too inept to know how to use third-party applications to record calls. But whatever, we'll figure it out eventually. I have Pamela for Skype downloaded on here, so maybe I'll watch a how-to or get a book that's like for dummies or something.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it probably would be for me.
That'd be a good investment into this podcast, so we actually know how to make this podcast.
Yeah, I'll get
now.
This will add up really fast. I'll get a 4 Dummies book for every single computer program that we might use, just to cover all my bases. Anyway, next topic. Blake, have you seen Infinity War?
I have seen Infinity. Have you seen Infinity
No, I have
War?
not.
Oh, well.
I just wanted to pass it off to you to be a jerk.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, even though everybody that's listening to this.
Well, just answer this: yay or nay?
What?
Yay or nay? Yes or no? Was it a good movie or not?
Oh, I liked it. It was very good. It's a really long movie, but it doesn't feel long.
Oh yeah,
I
I watched Deadpool 2.
Whoa.
Did you watch?
I did see Deadpool 2.
Whoa, what a coincidence!
Have you seen Deadpool 2?
Yes, I already said that.
Okay.
What did you think about that, Blake?
I thought it was good. I didn't really remember the first one very much because I saw it once and I was like, damn, I like that. And then I
You
never
just, like,
thought about it.
I like that so much that I'll never watch it again.
Yeah, basically. I thought the second one was good. I thought it had a better story, but I didn't think it was as funny because it didn't have the shock value as the first one.
I
'Cause the
thought it
first
was
one-
funnier. Like it just had a lot more funny jokes, I guess. Because I feel like in the first one,
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've seen it, but it was like, I feel like there was just a lot of jokes that just missed for me.
I don't know. I feel like all of Deadpool just references to other, I guess, movies and other content.
But I mean, they pull it off pretty good.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they at least like have the characters in the movie. Like I don't even really know like any of the X-Men, so I don't know like who's like a really like a shocking character that they reveal in the movie or whatever. I'm just like, oh, it's just another character, so I don't know if they pulled it off well or not, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. Whenever I go see movies, I just hope that I have a good time. I had a pretty good time at Deadpool, too. Do you have a good time, Zach?
I had a swell time. I'll tell you what, that was a yay for me.
Okay.
I shot off a little like confetti popper in the theater instead of clapping. I felt like that was less obnoxious, right? Would you like it if someone popped confetti in the theater when you were done?
That's ridiculous, Zach. That should never happen in a film theater. Speaking of films, I get free movies. That's why I get to see all these movies, because I get them for free.
You sound like you're about to introduce a sponsorship.
So,
I get free movies thanks to...
thanks to my grandfather. He owned the land and sold it. But we still talk to them, so they give us movie passes.
That's cool, Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really gets you the inside scoop on The Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm.
That I wish I could contribute, but I
gotta
can't.
see it on opening night. All the little kiddies.
Yeah, were there a lot of little kids there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Were there a lot of, like, people our age? that like kind of grew up with that.
There were a lot of middle
one.
schoolers. There are actually no really like young kids. They're all just like younger than us.
Well, was it like a late showing? Because that could be why too.
Yeah, it was an 8:45 showing, but it was on a Thursday, so.
Yeah, probably not a prime time for.
I mean, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
It was wild. I got there 10 minutes early, and there was already a three-fold line already lining up.
Oh yeah.
It was all bent around, and I had to get in the back. Not fun.
Yeah, Blake, did you watch any E3 stuff?
I saw some of the trailers.
Yeah, for what'd you like? Like?
I'm excited about the new Halo game.
I mean, they didn't really show off anything other than a trailer. And that's pretty much it. They showed a helmet.
They did show a helmet.
But you're hyped.
Oh, I'm very excited. I love the Halo games. Love them all my life.
You like 5. I know I played that quite a bit with you.
Oh yeah.
Over the years.
Before Fortnite, I played a lot of Halo 5. Except I wish the new Halo would be titled Halo 6. Because I like it when it escalates into the numbers. I don't like Halo Infinity because...
Or I think it's Infinite.
Halo Infinite. I don't like that because then it could just be...
I know,
anywhere in
the look of it was like a Halo 1 thing, but it's supposed to be a continuation from what I've heard.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because, I don't know, did you ever finish the 5 campaign?
No, I got like halfway through and got bored.
It was not that great.
That's how I feel about Halo, my favorite game series of all time.
So you're hyped about that trailer that's a campaign trailer, but you don't finish the campaign?
Exactly.
I'm excited to see where this goes that I haven't seen, like, the previous game, though, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else that you saw over there?
On E3?
Yeah.
I saw the new Fallout game, even though I've never played Fallout, but I heard it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, people always have, like, that doom and gloom thing where it's, like... I feel like that's in every, like, Facebook comment section ever where, like, they introduce something new and then, like... Oh, they ruined the franchise or whatever. Because they're trying, like, an online thing for the new Fallout. But people are like, it should always be single player, no matter what. And I'm like... So they'll just... If it doesn't work well, they'll just make the next one single player, like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. I can't... Single player games, I feel, just aren't... I guess, relevant to me, because I don't like just sitting by myself playing video games unless I'm online talking to people.
So you just don't like single player in general, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, did you hear about that Last of Us? Have you heard of The Last of Us?
Yes.
Well, they showed off, like, The Last of Us 2 thing, and then, like, everyone was, like, freaking out because they had, like, a lesbian kissing. They're like, keep politics out of games. And I'm like, there's no gay people unless it's just politics. They're all doing it for political gain. I just think that was pretty stupid. That the fake outrage of everybody. I'm just like... People
did that with Finding Dory, too, because they had a lesbian couple with, like, a baby stroller just in the background. People were like... a lot of people thought, like, oh, that's so brave of Disney to put a lesbian couple in the background of Finding Dory.
It's just, like, brave. It's just whatever, you know? I don't think it's a big deal either way. Like, people just get outraged out of anything. Anytime there's, like a woman in a game, they're just like, oh, SJW game. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I don't know. I feel like...
I just don't care.
Yeah, which I feel like is a perfectly good view on all this stuff, to where it's like you shouldn't care about seeing, like, a lesbian couple. It should just be normal. It shouldn't be just, like, some crazy thing to where it's like, finally there's a lesbian couple in a Finding Nemo movie.
Or it's like, well, I'm not buying this game.
Yeah,
or I'm not seeing that movie because of it. It's like
that just makes sense. I don't understand how people could just not do something or not buy something because of a race or a woman or something.
People are just very, like, just sensitive about that stuff for whatever reason. They're like,
that doesn't make any sense though.
I know it's stupid. Yeah. It's just like a stupid human behavior.
I don't know.
Anyway, moving on.
As the perfect person that I am.
No flaws.
Yeah, I have no flaws about
This is the No Flaws podcast.
I care about all genders, all races, all ethnicities.
That's the mission statement of the Deep Thoughts podcast.
Yeah, Deep Thoughts, we care about you.
Deep Thoughts, we're always thinking of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anyway. You ever play the Forza Horizon game?
Okay.
I'm struggling here, Blake. I'm falling apart. Forza Horizon 4, you play that?
Are you just gonna list games and see if I've played them? Because I haven't played a ton of games, but
I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
you know all the games.
You can't play that game because it's not out yet. But did you play the previous one?
I played a little bit. I got a free trial for it. I'm not a big Forza fan. I'm not super into cars.
Oh.
I
Well,
drive a
it's like
Ford Explorer.
I'm like one of those things where like I like cars, but I just don't know like a whole lot about like how they work.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them, and I'm not a huge fan. I don't really care.
Yeah, you just drive your car and you're like,
I
that's
just
it.
drive my car and just let's see what happens. Take me on this adventure.
Sometimes I run a few people over, but that's just how it works.
Yep. My car's name is Keith, by the way, for everybody listening. Usually people name their cars girl names, and I told them it was a guy name, and they said I was gay. Which I'm not, but that is totally fine if you are.
Just had to get that out there.
Yeah, so my car's name is Keith, because it's a white car, and that's the worst white name. So
Hot takes, hot takes.
Hot takes. Keith is a bad white name. What's another bad white name, Zach?
Probably like Zach.
Yeah.
That's a pretty frat boy name.
Yeah, it's not very good.
I like the way you stared at me while you said that.
Yeah.
It was like you've been thinking about that for a lot.
We're sitting together doing this podcast really close on the same couch.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We're sharing the same mic, so hopefully. This is filmed in front of a live studio audience, by the way. We didn't mention that before.
There hasn't been any laughs, so. Yeah, there you go. If you hear any laughs in the background.
I'll edit in some laugh tracks if we need some, but
yeah.
Hopefully you don't have to rely on it too much. Yeah, you guys just laugh when you think there should be a laugh track.
Please do not force laughs. Don't be fake.
Yeah, no fake.
No fake people on this podcast. This is a real podcast with real people and real thoughts.
These are real experiences. This is the human experience.
This is the human experience right here.
Yeah. Sitting on the couch recording our audio.
We just bought this mic from Best Buy.
We're gonna put all these like USB sticks full of our podcasts in like a time capsule, and then they're gonna open it up 100 years later and be like, "Wow, this is what life was like."
Can't wait for that day. How long will we put in the time capsule for? How many years?
I think you're gonna be like, "How long are you gonna leave? Are you gonna live?"
When will you die, Zach?
We'll see. I kind of have an idea.
Really?
Yeah.
One of my friends, I'm not gonna name drop him, but he told me that
except if it's Kyle.
Yeah, fuck you, Kyle. So one of my friends, he told me that like, I don't know what it was, but he said those stupid like Facebook quizzes where it's like, when are you gonna die? Find out here.
Oh yeah, because they have the answers.
I refuse to do that. That scared the shit out of me. But my friend did that, and every single time he did that quiz, it said like when he was 18 years old. For some reason, every single one of them said that. And it was like, and he got really nervous because then his birthday was coming up to be 19, and he was like, "Oh man, I think I'm gonna make it." He didn't make it. Yes, he made it. He's still living. He's doing okay.
Well, I'm glad that we had a happy ending to that.
Yeah. Is there a happy ending, Zach? We all die sometime.
Find out on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So what else? What else has been going on in your life, Zach? I started work the other day. I will not name drop the place where I work. It's a minor league baseball team in Spokane. So I work for
we don't live in Spokane though.
Yeah, we don't live in Spokane, but I work for a Spokane team. So I work in concessions. Please don't try to find me in concessions. So I work in concessions, and it's...
You're just like, I work in this section of the concessions. Please don't try to find me. Here's my address.
I work right here. You know where to find me on game days. So I think the most interesting part... I already told you this, Zach, but the most interesting part about my job is that pretty much in the back, we're just all working, just pretty fast-paced, everyone talking to each other, just getting all the orders out. And it's pretty loud, just the regular conversation volume. But then when the national anthem starts, everybody stops what they're doing and then listens to the national anthem.
Well, you said someone like comes in and like screams.
So it's hard to hear the national anthem when we're back in the stand. So if someone hears it, they yell, "National anthem is on! Everybody stop what you're doing!" And so everyone just stops and they
drops all the hot dogs on the floor.
Bunch of wasteful acts happen during the national anthem. So the national anthem starts, we listen to it, and it's just quiet for about a minute and a half, and then right when it ends, it just goes back to the same volume it was before, and it's the most. It's just weird. It's just so shocking just to hear how the difference it makes.
Yeah. Yeah. I sell drugs legally for a living.
Yes, he does.
And god damn it, I'm good at it.
So where do you... I don't know how to move on from that.
You know what? I think this is a good stopping point.
How long have we been recording,
It says we've been going for 35 minutes.
That's not long enough. Next topic. Our producers are telling us to cut it, but I refuse. We will keep on talking until our legs give out.
Legs give out. You mean our lungs?
We are running during this podcast. My knees are getting weak.
My producer is telling me vocal cords.
So the Deep Thoughts podcast. We're not done. This is not the ending of the podcast. I'm just saying the name of the podcast.
This is not the ending. We have 10 more minutes and then we're shutting the whole podcast down.
Yeah.
So this might be the only one. So
yeah.
So like if you're doing a rewatch, I guess my intro makes sense when I say welcome back to the first episode.
Yeah. When you want to feel nostalgia, just look back on our Father's Day opening podcast.
And just think, wow, this could have been something if they uploaded more than one 30-minute episode.
Yeah, 35-minute. We'll get it to 2 hours. So next topic, Zach. What
You seem very adamant about carrying this thing on.
Yeah, listen to any of the new Kanye West albums?
Oh, I have. I actually don't really listen to Kanye West, but I listened to his newest one. Was it Yay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Ghost Town.
I do. I also like Ghost Town.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
That was pretty much like, I don't know, I'm not like a huge like just Kanye West fan in general, but like this album I thought was pretty good.
I've always liked Kanye West.
I think what really draws me, like really pushes me off from like an artist is when they have songs that are like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like, cause I like that. What was it? That song like "Runaway" from Kanye, where it's like 9.
Really?
It doesn't have Pusha T in it. The one I have on my Spotify playlist is like 9 minutes and 20 seconds, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I feel like that's probably a remix. I think that's only about like 5 minutes max.
Well, maybe that's the original, and you're listening to the remix.
Good point. Good point, Zach.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Do you like Pusha T?
I don't know. I don't. Who's Pusha T? I've heard of him. I've never listened to his shit.
If I heard it, I'd probably know. Diss thing with Drake or whatever that everyone was.
I heard about that, but I didn't listen to any.
I didn't either. I was like, I don't care. I don't care about rap culture drama. I guess.
Yeah, keep the negative thoughts away from this podcast. This is all positive.
Push those negative comments away. That's what I say.
Thank you, Zach. Please do not do that on the next podcast.
No promises.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Kanye song?
My favorite of all time or this new album?
The all-time.
All-time favorite Kanye song.
Yeah, I know this is probably a tall order for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Let me get back to you on that one, Zach.
All right. So based on his recent Twitter rants, do you feel any different about him? I don't care. I'm just like, whatever.
I do not care.
He's always been a crazy fella.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you didn't know Kanye was crazy at this time, I don't know why you would care now.
Yeah, he's quite the personality. I mean, the Kardashians are... Do you like the Kardashians, Zach?
I don't know. I remember on the E! channel a long time ago, the Kardashian show would always be on because we'd only have like 10 channels, and for some reason E! was one of them. And that would just be on in the background.
Yeah, I've never watched the Kardashian show or Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
It's been a long time since I've seen any... Yeah, it is Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's been a long time since I've seen it because I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't know why they're famous. You know who...
It's just like, it's like a reality show where there isn't anything outrageous even happening. It's just a bunch of people that are boring and they're just talking about boring crap. And they make like
Welcome
10
to the
seasons
Deep Thoughts podcast.
Yeah, it's very similar to our show. So we're basically the Kardashians.
That's a bold statement, Zach. Here's another topic.
But I think it's correct.
Here's something else that I thought about. Being a child, you know how you always just love, like, I guess, like, different movies and different TV shows and all that kind of stuff. Sure, all the children
like those.
Yeah, but, like, when you grow up, same with, like, TV personalities. You like them, then you grow up and you're just like, why is
nostalgia thing? Like, or, like, you look back and you're like, why the fuck was I so stupid?
Exactly. This is how we should all feel about Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel should not be famous. I watched America's Got Talent the other day for about 10 minutes, and I could not stand it. It's the worst.
Yeah, he hasn't... Well, it's like... I haven't seen anything that he's done in a long time, but I can...
He doesn't do anything. He's a judge on America's Got Talent.
Is he still doing that show?
Yeah, he doesn't even judge, though. He just says yes to everybody because he's just supposed to be the nice guy.
That's like
It's so stupid.
when American Idol came back and they do the fan voting again. So like they have 3 judges, but they all just say you're amazing and you're great, and because they don't have to eliminate anybody, so they're like, well, we'll just say positive stuff, so they like us still.
They get paid so much money for being just non-committal judges. They're just a bunch of compliment coaches.
Are you one of those talent show fans? I've never really been a fan. The only one I really liked was I used to love Last Comic Standing.
That was a good show.
But it's on for 1 season, disappears for 5 years, comes back for a season, disappears for 5 years. I think maybe it's to get the talent pool mixed up or something, so they have enough comics to do for like the next time they do it.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know, because I think it was like a yearly thing for a while, and then they stopped for like a long time and then brought it back. But I love that when they get down to like the final like few episodes. It's just like the best comics doing their best work.
Yeah, I always remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah,
it was great.
Well, it's one of those things too where like it's not like American Idol where they just have usually terrible acts like they do every now and then, but like everyone's usually pretty solid at least when they're on the show. So
yeah,
I don't know. I hope they bring it back. NBC, if you're listening to this podcast, bring Last Comic Standing back.
Oh, they're listening.
I'm sure they are. I'll make this logo the NBC logo, so maybe they'll have to go to our page to like take the video down, and then they'll listen to it and be like, "Wow, these guys have a point."
Seems like a good idea. What channel was Wipeout on?
I think that was ABC.
Okay, Wipeout was a good show.
Is it still on?
It was on for way too long. The first seasons were good because people actually fell pretty hard, and then they just made they made it so that the old seasons, they made it so they had a chance of making it through the whole entire thing without falling. But then the new one, they basically just made like jigsaw type contraptions to just like force them to just break their spines. It was just like giant.
But did they leave the big rubber balls in for every season?
Well, obviously, but they they used to have like that punching wall where punching bags would come out and punch them. And then they
oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, and they had like the slippery stairs where they like it was impossible to get up, but they'd just be slipping, and you just laugh at them. But like new ones, you'd have to just you'd have to go through this crazy contraption with a bunch of different like things spinning at you, and it's literally impossible to get through. So you pretty much had to just get knocked in the face. It was just stupid. They forced the wipeouts.
Yeah, what was that just in the later seasons where they basically had mud for like the water instead? Like
I think that was all the old seasons.
Oh, like an extra insult to injury, you just get covered.
Yeah, they got stuck in the mud because it was about time limit to get through it all.
And then they had that Connect game that I never played.
Oh yeah,
Xbox Connect Wipeout.
Oh gosh,
I'm sure that was great.
Yeah,
never played that though.
I never played that.
No, it was basically just Connect Sports and that was it.
Connect was actually a pretty fine product. I'm surprised that Connect didn't get.
Well, because
big.
pretty much the only thing that ever worked on it was Connect Sports that they made, and then after anybody else that ever made a game for it, they just didn't give a shit and just released garbage.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the technology though was pretty good. I mean, it could sense your whole entire.
It really did those dance games well. That's basically the only thing that would be worth getting it on, because instead of just holding a remote, you'd use your body. Your body is the remote, right?
Yeah.
I think that was a tagline that they already used. I don't think I made that up.
Remember We Fit or anything with the
Wii?
Wii?
We Fit was great. I don't know. I thought it was fun.
I
guess.
I did it to actually try to lose weight. I didn't do it just for fun. We Fit was terrible.
And how did that work, Blake?
It did not work. It was awful. So there's one mini game in that where you're supposed to be running, and you're supposed to put the Wiimote in your pocket while you run, and it'll feel the movements of your legs, and that'll be how fast your little me guy goes. Mm-hmm. But I thought you were supposed to run on the little tablet they give you, like that you weigh yourself on.
Oh yeah.
So I thought you had to run on that, and I didn't have very good balance, so I kept falling off and hurting my ankles. So I stopped that after a while, and then I started just shaking the road as fast as I could, and I won the race.
It's a great story, Blake.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, what do you think? Is that good enough for you?
How much time have we been recording?
44 minutes.
One more minute. Let's get to 45.
All right.
We'll make this ending a minute long. Thank you for listening, all you people.
Thank you, listener. Thank you, viewers.
If you have not tuned out by now, thank you very much. This is the Deep Thoughts podcast. We'll be coming out 10 a week.
I think that's reasonable. I think he brought me down from 5 a day. He thought maybe that was too much, and I was like, Blake, there possibly can't there's easily that much to talk about.
First, you told me one a day, but it was a 24-hour live stream, and I didn't want to get sucked into that. So I don't know when we're gonna come up with a new one. This one might not even go up. But if you're listening to it, then we did it.
Maybe in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah. So hey, don't stop the recording yet. So, Zach's touching the mouse. So yeah, that's the end of the podcast. I think it'd be nice for all our viewers to just to show our excitement for finishing this episode. I think we should do a high five for the audio.
Yeah, do a freeze frame on this audio podcast.
Not a free. We're gonna actually high five so the audience can hear it. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a nice clap sync too.
Okay, you want a high five?
Yeah,
Is everybody ready for this? Okay, we're gonna high five. Deep Thoughts Podcast.